Joining us is former Secretary of State, former CIA Director Mike Pompeo. Welcome to you, Mr. Secretary. Initially, these protests reminded me of the Occupy movement when you and I were in the House. The Obama administration bent over backwards to avoid consequences for taking over national parks. And then later, the lack of consequence for lawlessness in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder. I mean, to me, lawlessness eventually consumes everything and everyone if they don't stop it when it begins.
Trey, it's great to be with you. And you have it absolutely right. This is about the rule of law, basic order in the United States of America, whether it was the Occupy movement or the BLM folks in the summer 20 or what we're seeing today. You have to enforce the law. And it goes broader and deeper than that. Your point about what are they protesting, I'd add to this. Sometimes they say they're protesting an occupation. But of course, you and I both know the Israelis haven't occupied Gaza since 2006. And so this is about a progressive woke movement. And if we don't defend the basic rule of law, protect our southern border, ensure that if you steal something at Walgreens, no matter what the value of it is that you stole at Walgreens, you will be prosecuted for that. If we don't understand that there's black and white, there's not politics, there's the rule of law, the risk of the breakdown of the republic continues to increase. And frankly, the next generation of young people won't understand the basic foundations upon which our founders understood life, liberty, the pursuit of all the things that are great, happiness, and all the things that are great here in America.
Mr. Secretary, given the former service you've had to our country, CIA Director, you served on House Intel, Secretary of State, you've seen things that most of us have never seen and won't. I wonder if seeing the raw footage from the Hamas attack last October would impact any of these students. I really wonder if actually seeing the barbarism would matter to them.
Trey, I think these students are ignorant, not dumb, ignorant, uninformed, to your point. I would love to make sure that every one of them had a chance to see not what the Israelis put out, not what the Americans put out, but what these Hamas barbarians actually filmed themselves. I think that might cause them to take a step back. But frankly, I think that's not really what this is about. This is about their fundamental Marxist idea about America and oppression and groupthink and racism. I think that's who these people are at their core. And so, frankly, I hope that they'll all see this. I hope that they would, in the same way that it impacted me personally when I saw it, I pray that it would impact them as well. But I fear that there are bigger agendas here that go far beyond. They would simply say, that was somehow justified because of something that was going on someplace else that they cared deeply about.
Mr. Secretary, I like simple, bright-line rules. I like to condemn lawlessness, whether it's January 6th, whether it's May the 1st, whether it's in late April. Why do you think some of these schools have been so slow to respond?
Look, I think there is deeply embedded in the faculties at most of America's elite institution an understanding of oppression, and they talk about it. It comes out in different things, different language of DEI and the like. And so when they see these students, they just simply think, gosh, we don't want to push back against them because it might impact our endowment. It might cause these students to leave. And frankly, they are perfectly willing to abandon Jewish students in favor of this progressive left. That is now, I think, deeply embedded in these institutions. And I think we saw that play out on these campuses. And these people are not about the rule of law. They think about this differently. This is all politics all the time for them. And I think those faculties have been politicized and radicalized to permit things like this to happen at the expense of basic law and order.
Mr. Secretary, there's reporting that Turkey is punishing Israel via a refusal to trade. Do you expect to see more of this? And if you were running the show, and you may be one day, what would your response to Turkey be?
Look, I think Turkey's grabbed the wrong end of the stick here. It's a long-standing grievance between Turkey and Israel. It's gotten better from time to time. Frankly, it was a little bit better during the Trump administration. We'd convinced them each that there was a shared set of interests that they had. I hope President Erdogan and his foreign minister, who I know really well, a capable, smart fellow, I hope that they will come to see that this isn't the right thing to do. It's not good for the Turkish people. It's terrible for the Israeli people. And it's bad for their neighborhood, the Middle East, with Bashar Assad in Syria on his border. he really does need the Gulf Arab states, Israel, and the United States to be alongside him in making sure that these basic ideas of borders and security are something that America is prepared to do alongside our NATO partner, Turkey.
Mike Pompeo, one of the longest and most distinguished resumes in current America. Thank you for your service to our country, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday night.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.